Fatello here, bringing you a decently exciting show this week. Decent because joining me once again is Max Fatello. Max, care to take it from here?
Absolutely, Cam. It feels great to be back, and it feels great to be in front of the camera again. Yet again, bringing you the news all throughout Winnacunnet. So let's get started. Last week, the second ever World Travel Day was held here by the faculty and staff at Winnacunnet.
For those of you who are unaware about World Travel Day, it's a day dedicated for the students to listen to some of the experiences of the staff while they are visiting foreign countries, and those who have some heritage from somewhere other than the U.S. Frank Duran attended some of these presentations and got to speak to some of the speakers.
The second World Travel Day was last Thursday. World Travel Day is a day where teachers share their experiences from visiting or living in other countries. World Travel Day happens every trimester, and many English, social studies, and world language classes take part in it.
Yeah, but I don't want to go after the less.
I've never been.
Many teachers presented, along with Mr. Weaver, who presented his home country, the Philippines.
Actually fled the Philippines and went up into the mountains because of the Japanese occupation. The Japanese were so brutal. I wish my mom was here to tell you some stories. Well, World Day is really important, I think, for a couple of reasons. But one, it really shows that teachers are human beings too. They're not like these monsters, you know, in front of the classroom. That we're just like you. Like, you know, we travel the world, we have experiences, and it gives us an opportunity to share those experiences with you.
I'm giving a presentation.
Senora Egger also presented the country she visited for a year, Peru.
Received a Fulbright teacher exchange. Well, we came up with the idea of World Travel Day for two reasons. To give students the opportunity to learn about places that they might never see or might never thought about visiting. And maybe after they see a presentation for World Travel Day, they'll think about traveling, or they'll just recognize places that they hear on the news, and maybe it'll just mean a little bit more to them.
Also, Mr. Beatty gave an interesting presentation on Ireland.
Now, they call it ale in England. It's only one thing. It's Guinness. You don't have to call it anything else. Guinness. And I don't drink, but when I go to Ireland, I do. Which will tell you something about my Irish roots. Okay, well, I think it's important that people be exposed to the planet. The planet's already shrinking because younger people travel more and more than any other group, and so you ought to get a advance notice about, you know, what's out there and what's happening.
It's hard to believe that teachers actually have lives outside of schools and they don't actually live under their desks, and that they actually have pretty exciting lives. Learn more about teachers and their experiences next World Travel Day.
And speaking of Ireland, that brings us to our next story.
That's right, winter surfing. Surfing is an activity loved by just about all, even those of you who just sit on the wall and watch. Some surfers love it so much that just surfing when it's warm doesn't cut it. In an attempt to get some of you interested in winter surfing, Max here went and talked to some notorious New England surfers and asked them about their experiences surfing in frigid temperatures. Roll it.
For most of us, winter means warm hats, hot cocoa, Christmas carols, and going skiing and snowboarding. But for some, winter means heading down to the surf shop and picking up a new wetsuit, and going out in freezing conditions just to surf. Looking for more information, I went to three of the biggest surfing names in town. Kevin Groden, a former U.S. surfing team coach, Dave Cropper, the owner of the local surf shop, Cinnamon Rainbows, and my dad, Ralph Fatello, who runs the weekly surf blog, Ralph's Pick of the Week. I asked these guys what their favorite and least favorite winter surfing memories were.
I grew up surfing here, and I think I surfed through my first winter at 15 years old, and I'm 41 now.
Guess I'd have to say I've been surfing in the winter for over 35 years.
Started winter surfing in around 1966 or 67.
Favorite surfing memory in the winter? I'd put on my wetsuit. I remember hiking through like waist deep high of snow. I remember going out surfing once, and then a snowstorm blew in, and as I was coming back home freezing, I couldn't even see my footprints from when from a couple hours ago, and I was just like, what am I doing?
The water temps were about as cold as it gets, and the storm was a nor'easter, and we were surfing in Northampton at Fox Hill Point, low tide.
I couldn't really park near the ocean, and when I got to the ocean, the surf was gigantic, you know, and so that was a memorable day, paddling out by myself and catching a couple of waves.
Now, some people wonder, why do we surf in the winter? You have to think like it's always summer on the inside, which is pretty much how we feel.
The technology now makes it a lot easier to surf through the winter compared to 25 years ago.
My worst winter memory would have to take me all the way across the demarcation line of Northampton and Rye.
I probably lost a few brain cells because, you lose all the heat through your head, and so the cold water was, I could have been a genius. Said.
Bouncing off the bottom 3 times and being held under for, 30, 45 seconds. That would be one of my worst memories of riding the rocks and winter surfing ever. And I really would prefer not to repeat it.
And that's my story.
And that's going to be about it for this week, Winnicott.
Yeah, and as always, we here at WHTV hope you guys have a great weekend and stay out of trouble.
Yeah, we at WHTV also hope that you tune into our YouTube episode next week. But until then, I'm Cam Kelly.
And I'm Max Fatello.
Peace out.